Chelsea have just pulled off not one, but two massive signings that could completely transform their attack for next season. We're talking about Brighton's goal machine Joao Pedro for up to £60 million, and Borussia Dortmund's electric winger Jamie Gittens for up to €65 million. Both deals were agreed within days of each other, and I'm going to break down everything you need to know about these two brilliant players, who they are, what they bring to the table, and why Chelsea fans should be absolutely buzzing about these acquisitions. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for more transfer news and analysis. You don't want to miss out on the latest from Stamford Bridge. Let's start with Joao Pedro, and what a signing this could be for Chelsea. The 23-year-old Brazilian has been absolutely electric for Brighton over the past two seasons, and now the Blues have managed to secure his services for a deal worth up to £60 million. But who exactly is Joao Pedro? Born in Brazil, he started his European journey at Watford before making the move to Brighton in May 2023 for what was then a club record £30 million fee. And let me tell you, that investment has paid off massively for the Seagulls. What makes Joao Pedro so special is his incredible versatility. He's not your typical number 9. He can play as a central striker, drop into the number 10 role, or even drift wide to create space and opportunities. His movement in and around the penalty area is sublime, and he's got that rare ability to create something out of nothing. Standing at just 5'9", he might not be the tallest striker around, but what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for with his intelligence, pace, and clinical finishing. He's got excellent close control, can beat defenders in tight spaces, and his first touch is world class. Plus, he's got that Brazilian flair that gets fans off their seats. Now let's talk numbers, because they're pretty impressive. Last season, Joao Pedro scored 10 goals in the Premier League. Not bad for a player who was still adapting to English football and dealing with some injury issues. What's even more impressive is his overall contribution to Brighton's play. He's not just a goal scorer, he's a creator too. His link-up play with teammates like Haru Mitoma and Facundo Buonanotte was brilliant to watch. He averaged strong passing accuracy and was constantly making runs that stretched defensive and created space for his teammates. The fact that Brighton were so reluctant to let him go, demanding the full £60 million, tells you everything about how highly they rate him. For a club like Brighton to turn down multiple offers and hold out for their valuation shows just how crucial he's been to their system. So what does this mean for Chelsea? Well, under Enzo Maresca's system, Joao Pedro could be the perfect fit. Maresca likes his attackers to be fluid, to interchange positions, and to contribute both in terms of goals and creativity. Pedro ticks all those boxes. He can lead the line when needed, but he's also comfortable dropping back to link play or drifting wide to create overloads. This flexibility will be crucial for Chelsea, especially in games where they need to break down stubborn defenses. With players like Cole Palmer, Christopher Nkunku, and now potentially Pedro in the same team, Chelsea's attack could be absolutely devastating. Pedro's movement and finishing ability could be exactly what they need to convert all those chances they create into goals. Now let's talk about Jamie Gittens, and this is where things get really interesting. The 20-year-old English winger has taken the Bundesliga by storm over the past two seasons, and Chelsea have managed to secure his signature for up to €65 million. Gittens' journey is quite remarkable. He started at Reading's academy before moving to Manchester City as a teenager, but it was his move to Borussia Dortmund in 2022 that really launched his career. Sometimes you need to go abroad to find your feet, and that's exactly what happened with Gittens. What makes Jamie Gittens so exciting to watch? Pure pace and directness. This lad is rapid, and I mean genuinely rapid. When he gets the ball on the left wing, defenders know they're in for a tough time. He's got that ability to go both ways, cut inside onto his stronger right foot or burn down the outside and deliver dangerous crosses. His dribbling is exceptional for such a young player. He's fearless in one-on-one situations and isn't afraid to take on multiple defenders. What's even more impressive is how he's developed his end product over the past season. Early in his career, he was all about beating his man, but sometimes lacked that final ball or finish. That's completely changed now. His pace isn't just about straight line speed either. His acceleration and ability to change direction quickly makes him a nightmare for fullbacks. He's got that modern winger profile that top clubs are desperate for. Let's look at the numbers from last season, because they're seriously impressive for a 20-year-old. Gittens contributed 12 goals and 5 assists in 48 appearances across all competitions for Dortmund. That's a goal or assist every 2.8 games. Fantastic output for a wide player. In the Bundesliga specifically, he was one of Dortmund's most consistent performers. His pace and directness caused problems for every defense he faced. He also showed his big game mentality, performing well in Champions League matches and crucial Bundesliga fixtures. What's particularly encouraging is how his numbers improved as the season progressed. He was getting more confident with his final ball and showing better decision-making in the final third. For a player his age, that kind of development curve is exactly what you want to see. For Chelsea, Gittens represents everything they've been missing on the wings. They've struggled at times to have that direct, pace-driven threat that can stretch defenses and create space for others. Gittens provides exactly that. Under Maresca's system, which relies heavily on width and pace in transition, Gittens could be perfect. Imagine him getting the ball in space with someone like Joao Pedro making runs in the box. That's a combination that will terrify Premier League defenses. He's also still only 20 years old, which means his best years are ahead of him. Chelsea are getting a player who's already proven himself at the highest level in Germany, but still has massive potential for growth. That's exactly the kind of signing that can pay dividends for years to come. So, what do these two signings mean for Chelsea as a whole? Well, they're addressing two key areas that needed strengthening. In Joao Pedro, they're getting a versatile forward who can create and score goals. In Gittens, they're getting that pace and directness on the wings that can unlock tight games. The beauty of both signings is the flexibility they provide. Pedro can play across the front line, while Gittens can operate on either wing. This gives Maresca so many tactical options and means Chelsea can adapt their approach depending on the opposition. Combined with their existing talent, like Cole Palmer, Christopher Nkunku and Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea's attack is starting to look seriously threatening. They've got pace, creativity, goals, and most importantly, they've got options. Looking ahead, both players are at perfect ages for Chelsea's project. Pedro at 23 is entering his prime, while Gittens at 20 has his best years ahead of him. These aren't short-term fixes, these are investments in Chelsea's future. The Premier League is going to be incredibly competitive next season, with Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool all strengthening their squads. But with signings like these, Chelsea are showing they're serious about getting back to the top of English football. Both players have experience of playing at the highest level, but they're also hungry to prove themselves in the Premier League. That combination of experience and hunger could be exactly what Chelsea need. There you have it, Chelsea's double swoop for Joao Pedro and Jamie Gittens. Two brilliant signings that address key areas and provide the pace, creativity and goals that Stamford Bridge has been crying out for. What do you think about these signings? Are you excited about seeing Pedro and Gittens in Chelsea blue? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more transfer analysis and Premier League content. Speaking of which, check out this next video where we look into Liverpool's new record-breaking midfield signing Florian Wirtz.